Hey, this is Lee Waller, and welcome to this video. I'm going to be taking a look at creating text in After Effects. Just the basics of the character palette, the properties palette, and then also animating text on a path. To add in some text is pretty simple. Just go up here to the text tool at the top. You'll see that we have a horizontal type tool and a vertical type tool. I'm going to go with that horizontal and just drop in the viewer, click, and then you can start typing. This is my text. Anytime that you want to commit yourself to this layer of text, I've finished, I'm done with it. If you have an extended keyboard, and an extended keyboard is one that has a number pad on it, if you're going to work in After Effects, I highly recommend it. You can hit the Enter key down there on the number keypad. Hit that and it commits you to that layer of text. If you want to, you can drop into the viewer and start typing other lines of text, or you can go up and grab the selection tool. Grabbing the selection tool will also commit you to that text. There are two places that we can begin to adjust the text. Right now in After Effects, I have the Properties tab open, and so it is giving me all of the text, all of the character palette information that I need. You can also have or use the character palette. Both of those are available in this drop down right here window. You can see I have the character palette available, and I also have that properties tab available. I'll be looking at this in the properties tab. And so we'll start off. Again, there's my text. I'm going to center this text up. I'm going to use two different palettes to do that. One is the paragraph palette. It should be open as long as you have the properties palette open. And I have all of these different options here. I can go left align, and that is placing the anchor point on the far left of the text. And that's what we're focused on. Center align, right align, and then you have some other options if you're going to be working with multiple lines of text. I'm going to go back to center align. I want that anchor point there in the center. And then I'm going to drop down to the align palette right there. And I'm going to center that horizontally and vertically. So back up here to the top where it says text, we can start looking at the different properties we can work with on this text. You'll see that we have the font that we can choose from. Whatever's loaded on your computer, those fonts should be showing up. So you should have a number of fonts you can select from. I'm using Avenir Next. And then depending on that font, you might have different weights or styles that you can choose from. You can see here on Avenir Next all of these different styles that it has. Below that is the size. So I can increase the size of this, decrease that. Next to that is going to be my leading. Now, leading has to do with multiple lines of text. So I'm going to go in, double click in there, and then I'm just going to hit enter and type in another line of text real quick. And this will allow us to demonstrate or take a look at leading. And that is basically the distance between those lines. The way leading works is it looks at this baseline here of this text and then the baseline of this text right here and the distance between them. So I'm going to reset that back to auto, and then I'll just get rid of that line right there. Our next option right here is kerning. And with the text tool selected right there, I'm going to go in and just in between any of the two letters that I might want to, I can set the text tool, and then I can adjust that distance between. So kerning is between just two letters. And then the next one is tracking, and tracking will do a multiple of letters. So I'm selecting the whole line, and you can see there that I can adjust the tracking, the distance between all of the letters. Below our tracking and kerning, we have the fill option and the stroke option, the colors for those. And of course, you can just simply click on those and change those colors. And if you want to add a stroke into this, select it, select your color. There is our stroke and then the size right there. If we want to increase that size on the stroke, we have the option below. And then on our corners for this, if you want to change that from either a miter to a rounded or to a bevel, you can change those corners. So we'll change that to a rounded. It's a little hard to see on these small strokes. Let me increase that a good bit. And I'll zoom in. And you can see that those corners are rounded. or we can go to a bevel there. I'm going to bring that stroke size back down to 0 to get rid of it. And let me reset my viewer back to 50%. And then however you want your stroke to appear, if you want it to be on top of the fill or below the fill. Then we have some options for scaling this horizontally and vertically separately. And then we have an option for baseline shift. So if we want to adjust these letters separately, I can go in, select one of them, and I can bring that up, or I can bring that down. Let me reset that to 0. This one is similar to kerning and tracking, but it's going to be just a slight adjustment on the distance between two letters. And making sure that my text layer is selected there, I can go to all caps, or I can go to small caps, which has the first letter of the first word in a larger cap size than the others. Then we also have Superscript and Subscript. I'll just select that S right there and demonstrate those. So there's your Superscript and there's your Subscript. So you can set your text in, and based on all of the properties here in the text or character palette, you can adjust your text. You also have down here in the timeline the 5 basic transform properties right there: anchor point, position, scale, rotation, opacity. There's also an option right here that I'll take a look at in the text category of animating this text on a path, and that's a very useful option. But it's possible that you've seen a lot of text animation where they're animating the individual letters, kerning them, tracking them, moving them up and down in all kinds of different animations. After Effects has the ability to do that, and that will be right here under Animate. I do have another video where I go over all of these here. To demonstrate animating on a path, I'm going to make sure my text is selected. I'll close some of this up here so we can see it better. And what we're going to need to do is use the pen tool to draw a path. This will actually create a mask on this layer. So again, with that text layer selected, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to grab the pen tool. So I'm going to outside right here, click and drag, just create some handles. Then I'm going to jump in, create some more handles, and you'll see that I'm starting to curve this path with these points and these handles here. And then I'm going to click again, create my path, click again, and then I'll just finish up outside there. So now I have a mask or a path, and you'll see down here that it has added that mask. Let me open it up to our text layer, and there's the mask path that I've drawn, that path right there. The nice thing about this, and I really wish they would add this to a lot of other layers, is it gives me this option to now add that path in, or that mask in, as a path for this object to follow. And you can see once I select that mask 1 right there, that text aligns to that path. I'm going to scroll up here just a little bit to look at our path options. And so we have the option to reverse this, to make it perpendicular along that path, force the alignment, and I'll take a look at that one in just a little more detail in just a moment. And then our first margin and our last margin. And this is a really nice way to animate this text. And I'll go ahead and do that. So I'm going to use just the first margin on this, and I'm going to scrub back till my text is off screen. Set a keyframe for the first margin, and then however, I'll go 4 seconds, and then I'll just scrub it to the other side. I'm holding down the Shift key as I scrub on that number, and it speeds things up. And now we'll go back to the beginning of the timeline. I'll hit the space bar, and you can see now that that text is animating on that path. Very powerful tool, very easy to use. I'm going to delete that mask now, and I'll demonstrate another one. I hate to do this, but I'm going to make this one a little more complicated. There's 2 ways of doing this, but the reason I'm doing it this way is I want this circle that I'm about to draw to be dead center of my composition. So I'm going to go down here, make sure that nothing is selected in my timeline. And I do have other tutorials on shape layers if you've not watched them. And I'm going to select the ellipse tool right there. I'm just clicking, holding down, selecting that ellipse tool, and now I'm going to double click on it. It draws an ellipse based on my properties right here. I have no fill. I've turned that off. and I have a stroke, and really that stroke width or color doesn't matter for this. What I want is this path information. Now down here in my timeline, I'm going to go into the ellipse right there, go to the ellipse path, and I'm going to adjust this. I'm going to deselect this chain link right here, and I'm going to set this, let's see, 400. Let's try this by 400. I'm going to link those back together, and I'll bring that up to 500. And right here on this ellipse path 1, I'm going to change the type of path this is so that we can use it. I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to convert to Bezier path. Now we'll open that back up, and it's just a path is all it is. And I'm going to copy that. Make sure that that path right there is selected. I'm going to hit Control C, and I'll just hide this for right now. We could get rid of it, but just in case we need it, I'm just going to hide this shape layer, close that up, and I'm going to go back now to my text, and I'm going to right click on it and go up to Mask, and then I'm going to add a new mask. Open up our options here, and let me just close that so we can see there's that mask. I'm going to open up that mask and select the path for it, and I'm going to paste in that path information that we just had. Now don't worry, once we select that mask right there, it will no longer be masking our text. And so we'll go back up here into our text options, to our path options, and we'll go back to mask 1. Now you see we're wrapping this text around this circle, and we have our options here. If I want to reverse that path, if I want it to be perpendicular, if I want to force the alignment, and this is probably where a lot will want to use this, and I can use my first margin and my last margin there to help better space this text. I'm going to grab my selection tool and then just click here so that we can get rid of that mask. I'll drop down into my transform properties here. And like on rotation, if I want to rotate that, you can see that it's rotating perfectly around that circle. This is just the basics of text in After Effects. In another video, I take a look at text animators, which are very powerful and useful in animating text. I hope this has been helpful. For more on After Effects, motion media design, and other digital content creation, hit the like and subscribe button and check out my other videos.